Howdy friends, we're on our job today. Today's job. We got Dylan up there in the bucket. He just got done, he's opening me up, trimming out some shitty mulberries. He's getting them back. Opened me up some swing room with the pal finger to come in, put right here for our landing, whatever. Just you enjoy this zone. We got a little bit of common spines to deal with. We got some dead wooding and trimming that we did. A little more to do yet from the neighbor's driveway there. We'll set up and trim that tree over there, some dead wood and such. That one right there is our removal. The far one over the house. We'll remove that sucker, chip the brush, chipping the brush, and the homeowner keeps all the wood, which is always nice. That's the nice thing about the pal finger too in these setups. You know, there you would have to have basically like a traditional crane. You know, you would have to have either, you know, a lot of times guys around here that will have like a bucket truck there so to do the slinging, and then the crane over here, so that wraps up your landing zone with the next truck. But a lot of times we would opt for if we wanted to sling this shit. I mean, there is room over there. That's where we're going to be putting the wood, though, is the problem with that. We're going to put the wood over there with that, in that opening. But you could potentially, have a bucket truck there to do the slinging and all that, and that's fine and dandy. But I just think knuckle booms are the shit because of the way you can move your loads around and manipulate them, and then plus the fact that the grapple saw, you don't have to have a guy up there either climbing too. That's where I was getting at. Was the next option is to have the climber, so you could at least enjoy all that space. And that's another. Nice. I mean, regardless, cable crane or knuckle boom, when it comes to that aspect, when you can just use a climber, you save sometimes. You save time. Sometimes you save time, but then a lot of times you can make your job flow, processing the material, a lot more efficient when you don't have another truck to contend with and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna try to grapple saw the brush, so it'll be smaller kind of grabs because we're trying to separate the wood. So basically, so that way I don't have to double back and move the wood back. I'm going to try to just nip the brush off, bring the brush over to the boys, set that shit down, and then anything left with wood, you know, I get to grab and just set down over where the guy wants the wood in that clearing. That's pretty much, you know, it'll be a relatively quick cycle time too. But the nice thing is, I was saying, is I can grapple saw shorties down. Pretty much down to where I can get a nice grab on it and do a ground cut, you know, static pick, and then lift that bitch up and over and set it where we want too. It's pretty sweet. So you don't need to have a guy tied up too. But I mean, that's the other option, is I could take myself up with the crane and do the wood picks and still have the guys kind of doing what they need to do. If I wanted to do wood picks on that, it would come down a little bit bigger, you know, rather than me doing 1, 2, 3 grabs, because you got 1,000 pounds of extra weight on the grapple saw is roughly 1,000 pounds, so you lose capacity in that aspect. So yes, you could make a bigger pick just getting rid of the grapple saw and sending me up or someone up, but you need to think about your landing too, though, because then I don't got a lot of room to work with. So if I take a big fucking piece, what am I going to do with it, kind of thing. So this way it'll be pretty damn efficient to just do it that way. The guy's just going to cut it into firewood anyways. It doesn't need to be specific lengths. It's always nice. And it's always nice when these are pretty much our average trees anyways in the area, you know. A lot of them are completely sawable until you get down to the trunk, like you said, where you can kind of make some static picks or whatever too. So just like I'm planning on pretty much grabbing this bitch down to about there somewhere, then I can grab it, and then Dylan can cut it, and then you know, boom it up and over, whatever. I'll make sure it's capacity. You know, maybe I gotta take it another one smaller just to comfortably set it over there, because I do have to go out and over, so I'll lose a little bit of capacity in that aspect. But that's the plan. Like I was telling Dan the tree man the other day, as far as to my other tree tube homies, my other tree tubers, I don't, you know, no hard feelings kind of thing. J-Man just doesn't watch. J-Man watched tree work on YouTube since like 2015, and he watched it for fucking whatever, 5, 6 years straight, sun up to sundown, watching tree work, doing tree work, living tree work, coming home, watching more, watching it in the morning before work, coming home, drinking my coffee, watching it after work. I don't like watching tree work anymore. I just live the life and I don't watch it. So no offense to anyone that's my buddies, you know, Poppy Chulo, I love you, but I guess I don't watch anyone's channels with any tree work though. And J-Man doesn't really necessarily enjoy filming it either. I just like talking about it, don't I? As you've seen, I like talking about it a lot, but I don't like fucking filming it. Because it's the same old. You got every Tom, Dick, and Harry now wants to grab a GoPro and look at me, look what I do, and they all make the same, you know, same videos. It's like, you know, Kenny Sanchez, it's like the same thing. Another removal. Look at this, another removal. It's like everyone's doing it, another removal. I don't need to be another one that's doing just another removal content kind of thing, you know? There's enough of it. You guys want that shit? You want to watch it? Then go watch Rion or Jacob Rogers. You know, they seem to be in love with themselves and stuff. Like, look at me, look at this, oh yeah, oh baby, look at it. It's another cut. Oh, it's supported ripper saw, this and that. Go watch them guys then. If you want to hear about things and learn and talk, then we can talk about it over here. But there's plenty of tree content, you know. I know the young buckaroos, just like me, probably are like, yeah, well, fucking, I gotta see what they're doing, what they're using, then go watch them. Go watch August. He's an OG YouTuber. Watch him. He's the Godfather.
Yeah, let's put a freeze frame right here, people. This is some awful big talk for a sad, confused, chubby little twee man. It all sounds good. Fine and dandy, J-Man's plan, but as we'll see here in the next coming scenes, things don't quite turn out to plan. But that's the wife, that's twee wife for you. Things don't always turn out as planned, and when you don't plan, then you gotta plan again. And you better be able to pull a rabbit out of your ass real quick in the twee game, because the clock is ticking.
One of the drawbacks with knuckle booms, you know, with grapple saws anyways, not necessarily, it doesn't matter that happens with cable cranes too a lot. You take a pick and the pick spins maybe a little bit because of wind and it hits the boom and maybe breaks off dead debris, so you'll rain debris. I mean, it's a risk with both types of cranes that you use, but it is amplified with a grapple saw because of the dynamics when you take a piece and the way they can swing sometimes. In this case, here we have up top, and it might have been visible in the time lapse. I'm not gonna edit it out. This stuff happens, and this is no big deal. But anyways, I grabbed a piece up top, and then this is the shitty part is complacency or whatever. Because I know better than this because I've done it before. You gotta watch your swing through with the bar when you're making a cut. You gotta be aware of where that bar's going, and make sure you don't cut into nothing. You know, a second branch that you don't have a hold of, and that's exactly what happened here. This branch here, accidentally my bar was going through the cut and it cut into this branch, and she free fell from up there down, and she hit the house drop and damaged the mast. No big deal, we'll pay for it. They still technically have power too right now, but the power company's gonna come out, you know, and disconnect, and then to get an electrician in and repair the mast. And I don't know, we only gotta fix the top half too. It's not even the whole half, you know, just the top portion. It ripped it off the house a little bit and bent that. So not even, I mean, it could have been a lot worse. Could have hit the roof. That's happened before with people. I think one of my first trees I did when I started running this, I grabbed a piece similar fashion, and I cut, and there was a piece behind it that I couldn't quite tell. Thought I was far enough away, and it cut right through it, and it fell, and it damaged the neighbor. It fell into the neighbor's yard, and it broke like a rail on their deck. Like a wooden rail, you know, so I mean, it was, yeah, we had to repair that too. That's one of the big drawbacks with the grapple saw. The grapple saw is amazing, it's awesome, it saves a lot of time and yada yada, but you got to be aware of your dynamics and what you're doing. So we thought we'd put that in there because we make mistakes too, you know. It happens, but no big deal. It didn't hit the roof, you know. No actual, I would say no property damage, you know, because the mast itself is the only thing that got damaged, not the house. So these people, like I said, they still technically have power too, so we should be able to get them turned around real quick. Electrician's coming, gonna fix that. Bingo bango. So these things happen, you know. Oh well, we'll move on. we got going on here now? I had my baby. It's almost like a child, you know, getting hurt a little bit. My grapple saw had like an aluminum pressure. There's a hose. Anyways, a hose inside the grapple saw. And it's usually not one of your common wear items. We got backup hoses at all time. I got pretty much got a double of every hose on that Mechanical grapple to replace. But that would happen to be a hose we don't have because it's like an aluminum one, pressure hose, a special one. So now we're leaking. We got a little bit of excess of drippage. You know, we can't keep cutting. It's so my grapple cut feature has been voided pretty much. I can still grab, but anytime I want to go and make a cut, I'm going to be leaking. And now we pretty much, luckily, we're just able to suck these riggers in. You don't got to pull the whole crane up. We just suck it in, get that boom retracted all the way over to the side, suck in these legs, got the bucket in here now. We're just going to do grapple, static grapple picks. You know, we can still carry on. It's not the big, the end of the world, but that's one of the things. This is why I didn't have her balance quite, but I could have went back a little bit on it. That's okay. No harm, no foul there. But this is why I don't like making tree videos a lot of times. You know, you got this shit. You don't got time for this stuff. Today, we're making one for you guys, but I don't know. Now I'm in a mood. I don't want to make another one for a good long while. But like I said, watch the other guys. There's other guys you can watch if you want to see the same stuff. You know, if you want to see some more tree cuts after you got done, a day doing tree cuts, then go ahead. I used to live that way too. I loved it, but now anymore, I watch other stuff. All right, back to work. Day. Straightforward though. Dylan's coming down, blowing the roof off. Once he's out of the way, I can move my 2 pieces of wood over. Not too shabby. Not the best of luck, not the worst.